Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rams. So today we are going to discuss about torque. Before going to start this topic, please watch my previous videos based on this system of particles and rotational motion. After watching that videos, you can watch this video. Why? Because concepts are very important in the case of physics. Without concepts, we cannot solve the numericals. And remember, while watching the video or learning the physics, you have to analyze. By analyzing itself, you can understand the physics in easy manner. Let us discuss about this torque. What is this torque? Torque is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. Torque is given as a force into perpendicular distance. How can we represent this force and perpendicular distance? Means before going to start this topic, let us understand the torque in a easy manner. So as we consider force in the case of a linear motion, as we consider force in the case of linear motion, in the same way we consider torque in the case of rotational motion. Rotational motion. So here let's see some examples regarding this torque. Observe this screw. So here I am going to insert the screw into a wall like this. Let us consider it as wall. I am going to insert the screw into this wall. So now I have to apply the force so that this screw moves into the wall. For this, what I am doing is I am rotating it in clockwise direction. Observe that. So here I am rotating it in clockwise direction, but the screw is moving inside the wall. Means the force is applied in clockwise direction and the body is moving into the wall like this. So here the force is applied perpendicular to the motion of the body. Perpendicular to the motion of the body, that represents torque. So here when a body is rotating and the force is applied perpendicular to the distance, then we can represent that there the torque is acting on the body. Suppose if I rotate this body in anti-clockwise direction, if I rotate this screw in anti-clockwise direction, observe that the screw is coming out of the body. The screw is coming out of the body. Observe that the screw is coming like this. So based on that, here we can represent that when the force is applied perpendicular to the motion of the body, then we can represent that the torque is acting on the body. So if we consider a spanner like this, so here we are going to apply the force by using the spanner like this. So I will show you the spanner. Observe this, I had considered a spanner, and by placing the spanner I am going to rotate this nut. Observe this. Observe that here I am applying the force in this direction or in this direction, but here the body is moving into the wall or out of the wall. If we consider my hand as a wall, then as I rotate the body by using the spanner in a clockwise or anti-clockwise, based on the rotation or application of force, here the bolt nut moves into the wall or out of the wall. Based on that, we can represent that in rotational motion torque acts on the body based on force and perpendicular distance. That represents torque. No need to worry regarding torque. Torque is an easy topic. Just we have to consider that the torque is applied in the case of rotational motion as we apply force in the case of linear motion. So for this, now we are going to represent the derivation for this torque. For this, I am going to consider two-dimensional axis. In this axis, here we consider a body which is along OP. So I am applying force perpendicular to this body. Observe that here I am applying a force perpendicular to this body. As I apply force, here the body has been changed its position from P to Q. by an angle. It has been rotated. It has been rotated. Based on that, observe that here we have a perpendicular distance and the force is acting along this direction. So here the angle at this position will be 90 degrees. Angle OQ line represents 90 degrees. Angle at P is 90 degrees, whereas angle at Q is represented as theta. Angle at Q is represented as theta. From this, if you represent sin theta is equal to opposite side OP by hypotenuse OQ. OP by OQ. Then based on that, here we can represent it as OP is equal to OQ sin theta, where after that OQ is nothing but R distance. So based on that, here we can represent it as OP equals to R sin theta. OP equals to R sin theta. Now we had represented the value of a perpendicular distance OP. Now we have to represent the torque. Observe that here we consider it as a perpendicular distance and the force is applied along the line PQ. Then torque is given as the torque equals to force into perpendicular distance, where perpendicular distance is being represented as OP and force is acting along a PQ. So based on that, here the torque is given as a tau is equal to F into perpendicular distance is OP, where OP is equal to R sin theta. Then here we can represent it as a tau equals to F R sin theta. F R sin theta. We can represent in cross product as R cross F. R bar cross F bar. This represents a torque. So take a screenshot. We will continue. So here we had represented that tau is equals to R bar cross F bar. Based on that, we can represent that torque is a vector quantity. Torque is a vector quantity and its unit is Newton meter. In SI system, its unit is Newton meter. In CGS system, its unit is Dine centimeter. So here these are the units of torque, whereas the dimensional formula is given as ml square t to the power of -2. This represents the dimensional formula for torque. So here let's see some examples regarding this torque. If we consider bike, all of you are familiar with bike. I know it. Why? Because we love riding the bike. As we observe that when we try to visualize the manual of the bike, we can find the torque in it. That here I am going to consider two bikes, Activa and Unicorn. So here we know that the engine of Activa is of 90 cc. And the engine of Unicorn is 150 cc, cubic centimeter. Cc represents cubic centimeter. So here, as you observe the manual of this Activa or Unicorn, you can find the torque in the case of these bikes. You can find it in the manual. Suppose if we consider that the torque of Activa is 100 Newton meter, and here we consider the torque as 220 Newton meter. The wheel of the Activa rotates 100 Newton meter, means based on the force, here the torque acting is 100, whereas in the case of this Unicorn, we can find 220 Newton meter, means the rotation is more as compared to Activa. In the case of Unicorn, here the rotations are more in the case of Unicorn as compared to Activa. So based on that, here we can represent that it has a less pickup as compared to this Unicorn. Observe that when we try to ride the Activa or Unicorn, you can find more pickup in the case of Unicorn as compared to Activa. So based on that, you can say that the torque of this Unicorn is greater than the torque of this Activa. That shows about torque. Take a screenshot. We'll continue. Let's solve a numerical based on this torque. Observe that when a force of 10 Newton is exerted on the handle of a door, the door can be just opened if the handle is at a distance of 50 centimeter from the hinges. Find the torque applied on the door. So here I am going to consider the door. So here this is door, and here the force is applied on the door in this direction like this. Whereas from these hinges, the handle, this handle is at a distance of 50 centimeters, whereas the force is applied in order to open the door, but the force applied is 10 Newton. And here the distance is r equals to 50 centimeter, whereas we can represent it as 50 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Then we can represent it as 0.5 meter. So this represents a perpendicular distance. It represents the perpendicular distance. Observe that here the force is acting in this direction, and here the handle is like this. The force is acting in this direction. The force is acting in this direction, and the handle is perpendicular. Observe the angle between the applied force and the handle is 90 degrees. So here we consider theta equals to 90. So then we know that the torque is equals to RF sin theta, where R is 0.5 into force is 10 Newton into sin 90. And we know that sin 90 is equals to 1. Then here we have 0.5 into 10, nothing but 5 Newton meter. This represents the torque acting on the door. Take a screenshot. We will continue. So now we are going to discuss about a couple. So before going to discuss this, here if you consider a water bottle, when I try to open this bottle, here what we do is by using these two fingers, observe this thumb and this forefinger, I am going to rotate the bottle. Observe that here I am applying a equal amount of force, but this force is acting in a opposite direction. This finger, observe this finger is moving in this direction, whereas the thumb is moving in this direction like this. That represents, that constitutes a couple. Observe this, constitute a couple. Here as you observe that definition of couple, two forces of equal magnitude and opposite in direction, which are non-collinear, they should not collide. They are non-collinear, constitute a couple. Means here when a forces were applied on the body like this, observe this, here when I try to rotate this, I am applying force by using these two fingers, but I am applying the force in opposite direction. That represents a couple. So here for this couple, what happens is the resultant force of these two forces. I am going to consider a body. Here if you consider that the force F is acting in this direction, and here force F2 is acting in along this direction in order to rotate this body, So here I am going to rotate this body like this. Observe that I am applying two forces, F1 and F2, but we know that here these forces are having equal magnitude. Then the resultant of this force is given as F dash equals to F minus F, which equals to 0. The resultant of these two forces will be equal to 0 in the case of a couple. in the case of a couple. So whereas in order to represent the equation here, we consider a body, whereas let us consider that the body is moving based on this axis. If we consider it as origin, so here different particles on this body will exhibit different torques. Here for this I am going to consider 2 points along this line A and B, whereas the distance between A and B is D. From origin, point A is at a distance of R1 and point B is at a distance of R2. Vector form. So here based on that we can represent that R2 bar minus R1 bar is equals to D. The torque acting at point A from the origin can be given as tau 1 is equals to R1 bar cross F bar, whereas the torque acting at point B can be given as tau 2 is equals to R2 bar cross F bar, whereas the net torque acting from the origin throughout this path along the body from the origin towards one side is given as tau is equals to tau 1 plus tau 2. Tau 1 plus tau 2. So here based on that we can represent it, whereas tau 1 is R1 bar cross F, R1 bar cross F bar. Since the torque it is acting in opposite direction, we represent it with minus sign, minus R2 bar cross F bar. So if we take F bar as common, then here we have R1 bar minus R2 bar cross F bar, whereas we know that R1 bar minus R2 bar equals to minus D. But here if we consider the magnitude of this equation, then we can represent it as a plus D. Then here we can represent it as tau is equals to Fd. So this represents the torque acting on the body from one end of the axis, which constitutes a couple. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to discuss about rotational equilibrium. So come to the case of this. Here if we consider a body like this, if apply the force in opposite direction, then it starts rotating. Suppose if the applying force is along the same direction like this, then the torque acting on the body is equals to 0. That represents a rotational equilibrium. Means here the body is being balanced due to the applying of all the forces in opposite directions. Means I am going to apply the force in this direction in order to rotate it, as well as I am going to apply the force in opposite direction in order to balance. Means you can represent that the body is at a rest position based on a rotation. So here if we consider a body, the force is applied at this position as well as at this position. Then here the body is not going to rotate, it becomes fixed. Means the net force acting on this body is equals to 0. Based on that, here we can represent that the body is in a rotational equilibrium. For that, here if we consider along the x, y, z axis, the net force acting along the x-axis is equal to 0, and the net force acting along the y-axis is equal to 0, and the net force acting along the z-axis. Net force acting along the z-axis is equal to 0. So here in the case of linear motion, we can represent that along x-axis the net force is equal to 0, net force acting along y-axis is equal to 0, and z-axis is equal to 0. In the same way, if a torque acting along the clockwise direction, torque acting along the clockwise direction is equals to the torque acting along the anti-clockwise direction. Torque acting along the anti-clockwise direction, then we can represent that the net torque acting on the body is equals to 0. the net torque acting on a body is equal to 0. Then we can say that the body is in a rotational equilibrium. The body is in a rotational equilibrium. Take a screenshot. Let's see a problem based on this rotational equilibrium. Observe the problem. Determine the point of application of force when forces of 20 Newton and 30 Newton are acting on the rod as shown in figure. So here we had considered a rod A, B, whereas at point C and D, two forces are acting. Observe that at point C, 20 Newton of force is acting in the upward direction, and at point D, 30 Newton of force is acting in the downward direction, whereas the resultant force is given as F equals to 30 minus 20, which is nothing but 10 Newton. 10 Newton. This represents the resultant force. Observe that this resultant force is acting in the downward direction. 10 Newton is acting in the downward direction. So now here, as you observe this, we have to represent the torque acting from point C towards this B. For this, what we do is we just consider torque acting from point C is given as if we consider this point as origin. This point as origin. Then here we can represent it as a force into perpendicular distance 0. 20 into 0. Why? Because here we had considered as origin, plus 30 into how much of distance is there? 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters. So here based on that we can represent it as a 20. So here we get a torque acting at C is equals to 30 into 3 into 2, 600 Newton centimeter, or we can represent it as 20 into 10 to the power of minus 2, or we can represent 600 into 10 to the power of minus 2 Newton meter. So this amount of torque is acting along this direction from point C. Torque acting from point C towards this side. So here, if we consider this point C at end point, let us consider that the net force is acting at a distance of x from C. Because observe that this force is acting in the upward direction and this force is acting in the downward direction. So I had considered the distance as x. So now we have to represent this resultant position. Whereas observe that here torque acting from point C is 600 into 10 to the power of minus 2 is equals to the resultant force is 10 Newton. 10 Newton into x. 10 Newton into x. So here 1 0 gets cancelled. So we have x equals to 60 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, or we can represent it as 60 centimeter. So here the resultant of these two forces is acting at a distance of 60 centimeter from point C. 60 centimeter from point C. So from point A, from this, and already we have additional 10 centimeters. Then we can represent that the resultant of these two forces are acting 70 centimeters from one end of the rod, from point A. Why? Because already we have 10 centimeters and here we have derived 60 centimeters. Based on that we can represent that here the resultant of these two forces are acting 70 centimeters from this point A. Take a screenshot. I hope that you had enjoyed my video. Please give a like to this video, share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.